Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, your boys are back, and this week we are here with a fresh new episode of the Piledriver. I'm the best in the world. To my left is my boy Vince. We are Sans Dean tonight. He will be in the comment section. He's working on his car. So Dean will be in the comment section with your boys hanging out. But yeah, we are going to get started. We went to a big event last week. We had RSW making their return to Parma, Ohio for Face Off. Volta movie, by the way. And was this put on by RSW? We will let you know our ratings at the end of our review, kind of. Other than that, coming up, we got some hot stuff coming up in a couple of weeks. I know we have AIW Gauntlet for the Golds coming up. We'll get into that a little bit. Towards the end of the month, we have an OCW event that we will be out at Melanie Lake for in Akron. And then we will also have Comic-Con. We will be at Colossal Con with Mega Championship Wrestling on May 31st for 3 separate shows. And then we also have some more news about the day after. You know, Mega's got a lot of events planned for the summer. It's going to be a great summer for independent wrestling in Northeast Ohio. But let's get into it. My man Vince, how are you doing today, brother?
Oh, I'm doing great.
I got this Skittles drink. Look at it.
Oh, man. That looks like Skittles. I don't know if something could actually look like Skittles. That's not Skittles.
It's not bad. That's a new drink. I found them in Walmart. They were pretty solid. There's a sour one that I haven't tried yet. But yeah, let's get into it, man. RSW over the weekend face off. We were back at the American Legion in Parma on York Road, and man, RSW never lets disappoint. There were some changes in the card, but that was not an issue as we were not let down. Tim was able to, shuffle everything, shuffle a couple things, get people together, get, matches where they needed to be, and still put on a hell of a card for us.
Yes.
So, first match, we started off hot. We got an RSW debut, actually, which I was really, really excited to see. The Mega God himself, Chris Onyx, making his RSW debut against the one and only Tommy Irish. What a way to start a show right here. I mean, both of these guys just went for it, dude.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, they went right to it. I'd like to point out one of the first things that I saw that got me really going was Tommy choked Chris with the suspenders. And that was, I don't know why, but that was just a really good move. It's very illegal, and luckily, Nick didn't see it, but it definitely happened.
When he had him in that headlock, just kind of kept wrapping the suspenders around his neck, like, I'm not doing nothing.
Yeah, and then a lot of hair grabbing, and also a lot of Sans hair grabbing, if you know what I'm saying. But that was a good one. Chris hit a huge big boot off of the bottom rope when Tommy was hanging out. That was big. And like you said,
drive-by. That's one of Chris's signature moves, man. That drive-by, he's been loading up. It's been getting better every week, though. He was able to connect with one of those. Move that did it for me of the whole thing was that spine buster.
Yes.
Chris got Tommy up for a spine buster, dude, and I'm talking it was just Triple H style, laid him down flat on the back. Beautiful.
And Tommy's not a small guy. Like, let's be real. To pick somebody like Tommy's size, that's like picking up the Big Show. So, yeah, that was awesome to see. Kudos to Onyx making his debut. That was awesome. Wasn't enough though. Tommy did end up finishing it off. But what a hell of a start of this show.
Yeah, no, this is definitely how you start a show. Get the energy right. Get everything flowing. Big energy right away, like I said, from both competitors. Chris Onyx, the debut, the heel, came out talking shit to the crowd like he does. Tommy came out trying to hype the crowd up, and it was a new side of Tommy Irish that we hadn't seen, but that was short-lived as well.
Yeah. Then we go right into
Chris Onyx. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Chris Onyx not able to pick up his victory here in his debut, but hopefully we'll see him back at RSW soon, because it was a pleasure to see him outside of Mega.
Yeah, I agree. That was really cool. You don't see him much out of Mega, so cool to see Chris, branching out a little bit there. And that led us right into the women's match. And I want to say, first off, I forgot the beginning of this, but Tatiana versus
The
Colby.
unwilting.
The
The
unwilting. I almost
unwilting
said
Tatiana.
unwithering, but unwilting.
Nope.
That sounds a
The
lot better.
unwilting Tatiana.
And then this was cool. So one of the first things I want to point out is the last time we saw Colby, she came out. She was very gothic, very a lot of black. And then this
She
time
hissed at Tommy last time.
Yep. Yeah, definitely hissed at Tommy. I did forget about that. But this time she came out in a lot of different tone with the jean vest, and she had kind of a country song going on, and I kind of liked it. I liked it a little more.
She had a little different swagger. The gimmick was a little different, and I definitely preferred this gimmick. Like I said, I think it said bleed or something on her throat last time. Something that I can't remember. But yeah, very dark, very gothic-y last time. Very vampire-y, style. This time totally different. She had like a cowboy-esque hat on, jean vest to go with her wrestling attire. A whole different gimmick, and she played to the crowd a lot better this time, I think.
Yep.
It was a solid match.
No, for sure. Actually, this is one of the first women's matches in a while that I saw people actually not be quiet for. So that was really cool. They both worked the crowd really well. Tatiana, she definitely knows how to work that crowd, especially when she's out of the ring. I did catch a glimpse of her, connecting with little kids, talking to them. So that's very important. You got to, carry yourself both in and out of the ring. Sometimes you can't carry yourself the same way, but, as long as you're taking the time and talking to the little ones, that really helps, gives it a good impression on them. But this was a great match. Like I said, this was one of the better women's matches I've seen in a while. Tatiana really knows how to just throw people around.
She's a good wrestler.
Yes, I will agree. Definitely don't let her size fool you. She definitely knows how to pick people up and slam around, even though she's not the tallest. Colby, I saw her pull off one of the best Samoan drops I've seen, one of those running ones. That was cool. I don't know why I get so excited on seeing that move, but that was cool. And then this was kind of really awesome. Towards the end of this match, Colby was doing like almost like a Three Amigos. She like suplexed I think twice.
Yeah.
Tatiana twice. And then all of a sudden, Tatiana countered and hit like a crossroads. And it was so like just smooth that I was like, damn, like that was awesome.
It was a solid counter for sure. No, I know exactly what you're talking about.
But yeah,
we have Chris Onyx in the chat. Just want to throw it out there. My boy Chris Onyx, the Mega God himself, in the chat.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, it was a great match. And like I said, I really respected the fact that I could see the difference in Colby from the last time she was up here. She looks like she's been in the gym. She looks like she's been training. Definitely honing in the craft and getting better. So kudos to her for that. Unwilting Tatiana, I've seen her a multitude of times. I would say like maybe a handful or so. She's always been a pretty solid performer. She's got a great gimmick with the flower child style.
Barbie. I think it's Barbie.
It was Barbie now?
Yeah, that's what Colby said. That at the beginning, remember, like she was like pointing her up and down, and she's like, I just have to say it's like Barbie fairy princess. And that got me going too, because I mean, like that's when another wrestler like stops in the middle of the beginning of the match and just like, this
Swan
is
Lake Barbie.
Swan Lake Barbie. There you go.
So yeah, I mean, it was a pretty solid match. And like I said, seeing Colby like kind of evolve, I mean, hopefully we get to see her back as well. Maybe do some more work. She's been getting better, and that's really all you can ask. Like I said, as long as you're in the gym wanting to get better and wanting to be better, it'll happen.
Yep. And she ended up winning this one. Real big high kick in the face while Tatiana was in the corner. Takes the win.
Dan awesome. In the chat. What's up, Dan? How you doing, brother?
Hey, Dan.
Yeah, great. It was the high kick. I mean, kind of just essentially roundhouse knocked her the fuck out. Like,
yep.
See you, bye.
Night.
Now, this next one, dude. This one, I was all right. So we've had Cliff on the show. Cliff's been on the show with us. He's talked shit with us, and he's a great, great wrestler. On the opposite side of the ring, Butchie B, another great fucking wrestler. This match, everything that I wanted it to be, and then some. Cliff Klepto obviously hates the shit talking from the crowd. He's always quick to give it back. So kudos to him and Tommy for once again keeping a smile on our faces with this one. But Butchie B, just athletic spectacle, dude. Every time he's in the freaking ring.
No, he does that backflip off the corner, and I love that. Like Butchie B is like one of the fastest people we get to see, in the indies and locally especially. Is like he's a high flyer. He definitely knows how to throw himself around. But same to Cliff. I mean, Cliff's a mean dude. I want to point out that Cliff definitely smoked Butchie against a dartboard.
Yes, he did.
And he also brought him over to our table.
Yes, we had some action at our table.
Which shout out to RS.
I was gonna say shout out to Scott. We got there and he kind of grabbed us Piledriver boys and brought us over to a little VIP table up top, hung the banner up on it and everything. So shout out to him for that. But come to find out, it was all a fucking plot.
Yeah. but we'll get to that.
I'll tell you.
No, so yeah, this definitely went outside the mat a few times, which what can you expect? These two dudes, they come from the streets and they know how to fucking throw down. So, dude, there was a point where Butchie hit this big cutter, that little bounce off the ropes cutter.
Yeah.
Wow. Dude, really good.
Off the second rope, dude. When he does that, it's so clean, man. He's so like that cutter, the Butchie cutter is just
Yeah, it's super good. Cliff, he has one of the best spears I've seen in a while, and he definitely used it and almost broke Butchie in half, which Butchie is like this big. So
yeah, I agree with that, dude. Like when he hit that spear, I kind of like Butchie's stomach caves in.
Yep, just takes it. But yeah, this was like you said, this was everything I wanted it to be too, because I love both these guys. It's hard to cheer for one guy and boo the other. I can't just do that. I was cheering for both of them. But Butchie ends up winning, man, with that wound up back elbow, man. And that thing's getting mean. Like, really, I've seen him use this a few times. But this time, I thought he was going to just take some teeth out, man.
Bam, that little spinning, yeah.
And I always think that, like, because of his dreads, the dreads really go for me. Like, he lets them flow.
Because when he swings and flows around, his hair's flowing and shit in the wind.
I love it.
I don't have long hair, so I don't get that. I don't get that, luxury.
Next time I shave mine, I'll give it to you.
Nope, I'm good. I like the baldness. It's all right. It's smooth.
You look good. But then this was a really good match, and like I said, both came out. We didn't get to hang out with Cliff as much. It seemed like he was on the road real quick, but thanks for coming out, dude.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Great show and great match. I couldn't be upset with this match, like you said, Vince. Like we touched on before, it was everything we wanted it to be. Great match all around. Butchie able to pick up the victory with a little schoolboy roll up at the end, kind of take advantage of Cliff's momentum. Able to get the victory and slide out with the win. I mean,
can't ask for much more than that.
Yeah, it was a good match, man.
And then we go right into this match. Now, this match, I want to start by saying we had no idea any of this was going to happen tonight or that night, I guess. Like we said just a bit ago. So we got let to have our own private table with our banner hung on it. And then we started getting some ideas of what was going to happen. And it started with a great match between Jake Ely and Anthony Rucker. Now, we've seen Jake a few times. I've seen Jake a few times. I know you've seen him a lot more than I have. Anthony Rucker's a little bit more of a new up-and-coming cat. I like his style. He definitely reminds me of like
love Rucker, dude. He's great.
I am definitely like he's one of those new younger guys that I'm just like, I like your style. I like your vibe. I like his personality, especially. He always comes out, always says hi, always has a smile on his face. Definitely a hard worker, and this match proved it. He And Jake, Jake's a master at so many parts of the ring, both high flying and also ground. And that's where
Jake's a freaking genius. Like the mind games, the wrestling ability. Jake's got it all.
Yeah, no, he does. I mean, you can tell he's a veteran wrestler. He is even his spots when he talks. His promos, he cuts. He definitely knows how to work rings, work the crowd, everything. And this showed, man, a lot of technical mat work from the both of them at the very start. A lot of it almost looked like traditional wrestling, and that I like seeing that, because that is where wrestling, that's where we see this come from. Is it all started as mat wrestling? It all started as people learning different lockups and
Yep.
how to counter them, and we saw this multiple times. They got in and out of each other's locks. Jake has a really good headlock, and I like seeing him good headlocks, so it was cool.
I was gonna say he used to call himself the king of the headlocks, but there's another guy who holds that title as far as the Piledriver Podcast is concerned.
Yes, I will agree, and no names being said. We'll just leave it at that. But this
king of the headlocks, baby.
King of the headlocks. I'll just do one of these real quick, and but anyways, this is where this match turned, man. Our favorite Irishman comes out, Tommy Irish, and he has a beer in his hand and shoves it in Tommy's face. Our other Tommy.
So for those who don't know, Jake Ely and Tommy Irish have teamed up before in a little tag team called the Thunder Spud Roadshow. Tommy makes his way out of the curtain with a beer in hand, hands it to our Tommy.
Yep.
And, we're just kind of standing there, and then he kind of starts talking to Rucker and talking smack and yada, 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 gets in the ring. Rucker's like, get the hell out of here. I believe Nick was the referee. Maybe It was Mars. I can't remember. Nick, the referees, get the hell out of here. Tommy says no. Tommy then says, I got an idea. Turns around and shoves Jake Ely to the ground. Jake Ely wins by disqualification. But that's not where the story ends, folks.
Oh, no.
Tommy Irish slides out of the ring, comes back over to the Piledriver table, grabs the beer and hands it to me. Or I picked up the beer when he grabbed the table. Whatever. Moves our table to the side of the ring on the apron.
Actually, so Rucker attacks Tommy. Tommy stops it, tells Jake to get the table.
Oh, yeah.
And Jake pulls the table and puts it to the ring.
Right up against the apron.
Almost.
And then what was supposed to be a Piledriver on the Piledriver table.
Yes.
In front of the Piledriver Podcast.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we had a little equipment malfunction, and the table leg bent underneath the weight of Tommy and Rucker and kind of gave out a little bit, and the table wasn't fully connected. Like the Piledriver wasn't fully connected on the table.
We're almost ricocheted off.
Yeah.
And the table flopped over, and both men hit the ground. Now, I know we're kind of talking like this is real bad, and in no way was it not bad, but luckily Anthony Rucker is okay.
It went from a really good match to a really scary moment real quick. We all know, like they say, don't try this at home. You can get hurt. We all know the ins and outs of wrestling. Like, come on. But yeah, this was one of the moments when that table gave way where I was legitimately worried for a second, and because it was pretty bad.
It was bad. It was one of those moments when you stop recording. It's definitely you stop. You want to make sure everything's okay, everybody's okay, and luckily these guys are trained for things like this, and kudos to Anthony. He got right up, man.
Yeah, 100%, man. He popped right back up. He laid there for a second, caught his breath, obviously took a little bit out of him, had a goose egg on the back of his head. But other than that, little small bumps and bruises, he was perfectly fine. So, yeah, kudos to him for being a trooper. Kudos to him for, being a legitimate wrestler and taking the bump as it was given. You know, the show must go on, and thank God you weren't nothing seriously. You know, you weren't seriously injured.
Yep. So that, and then I just want to say, you know, even though he didn't pick up the win, it was a really good match from both men. But Anthony Rucker, man, you know, keep that shit up because you're tough as nails, and that definitely showed, dude. So shout out, definitely a big shout out. Now this was the match that, man, I didn't think I needed, but I needed this match because luckily we have a really good friend in Papa Johnson. We love Tommy, we love Donna. You know, they treat us like family, and I know I for one can speak that they really do help and make each show we get to spend with them special. And I think Tommy's mouth definitely gets some pluses in my book too, because this dude knows how to speak. This dude, and when I say speak, I mean I don't mean just any kind of speak. I mean this dude knows how to talk, and I love Tommy for it. So JD Smooth versus Colt Johnson. Now this is just some animosity.
Oh, Harry Toothpick himself.
Yeah, like I didn't know this heat was coming out like this, but JD comes out and starts questioning who the real father of Colt is, and if you know, he's saying, Tommy, are you sure that Colt's yours? And I mean, obviously Tommy knows it's, you know, Colt was definitely his, but he's asking if Tommy shoots blanks, and well, Colt don't like when you talk bad to his dad, like most men, you know. And
yeah,
this is where I enjoyed this a lot. This is where Colt got to shine a lot more. You know, Colt's been up and coming. I think Colt, he has shown so much progress lately, and I love seeing it. I want to start. JD thinks he's cool. He's, you know, walking around, spitting all this stuff. You know, he gets beat up a little bit here. Ends up landing in Donna's lap there. I thought that was pretty funny, thinking he was pretty cool, but didn't really Colt didn't let him do much there. And I definitely saw JD hit Colt with a plate of food too. Like, that was nasty.
I'm gonna look, and so our boy Frank just popped in, and he said, and he put something out, and I did want to touch on this. So Mars Toolbox was our referee for this match, and at one point JD got out of the ring, got Colt's hat, and when he tried to get back in the ring, Colt was able to grab that middle rope and kind of ride him like a cowboy and bounce him up and down, you know, hurting JD's little fellas down there.
Yeah.
The best part though was Mars stops Colt, says, "You can't do that." Colt says, "Do what?" "Do this," and goes over and does it again. And Mars goes, "Yeah, you can't do that." Colt's like, "Do what? What are you talking about?" And Mars grabs the rope and does it. She says, "You can't do this."
Yep, that was so good. Getting that, I couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah, that was a great spot in that match, man. JD with the cowboy hat on, it looked like he was riding a bucking bronco on the rope. Like, it was great.
No, this was good. And like I said, man, this Colt taught JD a lesson. Taught him, you know, you got to put your money where your mouth is. If you're going to run your mouth as much as JD was, you got to pay the ticket for the or pay the price for the ticket cash, or whatever they say there. I forget that. I can't say that saying never, so I'll pass on it. But Colt ends up ending it with a submission on JD, and that was awesome. You know, definitely taught him that lesson deserved. But as at the end of this match, we saw Raven standing outside of the ring with Colt's cowboy hat on, and it distracted Colt enough that JD was able to get a low blow on him. And now you got even more animosity. Like, what was going on there? I only assume we're going to see another match between Raven and Colt at RSW.
I mean, Raven, I'm sure Colt's going to want some get back for that. I mean, it has to come at some point. You know, he's definitely going to have some beef with Raven. We did see, you know, at the last RSW show, Colt defeated Raven in a singles match. So for Raven to pop back up and show his colors again, you know, that kind of I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. I mean, I do want to touch on something you said earlier, and this is going to go, we do the wrestling stuff and we talk to the wrestlers all the time. And yeah, we're friends with a bunch of them and stuff like this. But I'm going to touch on what you said about young Colt Johnson. I've seen this kid for a couple years now, and I can honestly tell you that I'm fucking proud of the progress he's made as a person and as a wrestler. The kid's got his head on his fucking shoulders, and if he stays with this business, he's got a good head for the business, and if he sticks with it, he's going to go far. I have massive amounts of love for Colt Johnson.
I agree, 100%.
But yeah, so Raven kept the hat, walked away with the Colt Johnson hat. So we'll see. Like I said, we'll see how it plays out. Maybe the next RSW show we'll get Raven versus Colt. Maybe we'll get Raven and JD Smooth versus Colt and a partner of Colt's choosing.
I would like that.
That could happen as well. Yeah. This was a great match. Probably, I'd say right around my favorite match of the night, to be honest, based on the crowd play, the bringing back of spots. At the last show, JD Smooth got thrown onto Mama Johnson's lap and he got chopped across the chest. Last night, or on Saturday, he got thrown across Mama Johnson's lap one more time, but Colt was going to be doing the one chopping, and JD moved out of the way. Colt almost chopped his own mother.
Yeah. Oh man. That was
the spots in this were great. Like you said, JD hit him with a plate of food, tried to feed him a little glizzy. It was great.
It was good. Good knockaround. Good outer ring knockaround match.
Yeah. And we had a solid little 15, 20-minute intermission. Wrestlers out in the rings, out ring selling merchandise, hanging out, meeting fans and stuff is always good to see. And having wrestlers, with the merch available, always a great sight, always good, to be able to interact with wrestlers outside on like intermission time.
No, yeah, it was awesome. I didn't even get a face-off poster. I didn't even think about it until after.
I got one.
I figured. Yeah, I didn't even think about it till I left.
Yeah.
And driving home, like, damn it, I screwed up. Oh well.
Yeah.
After that intermission, we saw one of the biggest tag team matches I've ever seen. And when I say biggest, it wasn't a bunch of tag teams. It was only two.
Look, Tim, here you go, Vince. You can see the screen in the comments when I put them up, right?
Oh, dude. Tim, thank you so much, man. And just again, I just want to shout out Tim, Scott, everyone at RSW for taking care of us. No matter 100%. What. I mean, I don't know if you can see it in the front. No, I'm wearing my RSW hoodie right now. I mean, these guys, they treat us like family. Again, just like I was talking about Tommy and Donna. I mean, this is what makes indie wrestling so much like fun. Is it's so intimate, so close. You get to meet people, you get to know people. And honestly, everyone just is awesome, and I appreciate all of you, man. So thank you, Tim, again. I appreciate you.
Mary in the chat. What's up, Mary? Tim said, no problem, bro. Thank you guys for coming. Always, man. We will always be there to support you guys ever since day one. Ever since the first invite, we'll be back every time you guys every time you guys visit the land, we will be there.
Heck, I might even try to get out to one of them West Virginia
shows. We've wanted to come out there, but we need to plan for that. We need to like Airbnb it or something.
Hell yeah. But so yeah, as I was getting into that, man, this was the biggest match, at least, like I said, in a while that I've seen. So we saw Warhorse, which this is my first time seeing Warhorse.
Not mine, buddy.
The
best in the Midwest.
No, they were good, but Mount Kilpis. Now I'm really starting to love Gannon and Paulie just because of exactly what you guys told me about it at the beginning. The energy that they bring in. I mean, Paulie wants the hugs, but you want to hug Paulie.
Yeah, I agree.
He's such a happy guy. He just wants the hugs. Now Gannon's beating him, smacking him around. No hugs. No, he's
trying to keep him on task. Trying to keep him. You got to do this. You can't just go around hugging people. Let's win the match, and then you can hug the people.
Yeah, no, I mean I agree, but some of his energy probably comes from those hugs. But also motivation's good as well.
Exactly.
This was a great match. I mean, let's be real. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even take notes because I wanted to watch this match. I loved this match. These guys really showed that big men can move fast, and these dudes do. I think they're great. Both parties. This was my first time seeing Warhorse. Those dudes ruled. I saw some really good spots from them. This was where I wanted to go. The rock paper scissors deal. They couldn't figure out. Paulie and Gannon
my
couldn't
God.
figure out who could start the match, so they rock paper scissored, and that was amazing. And then I think it was Paulie walks over to do it to Warhorse, and I forget. I didn't even catch you.
Crosshairs Kelly gives him the finger.
Gave him the finger. He did the rock, paper, scissors, then the middle finger. Brilliant heat. Loved it. That started the match off great.
Good spot. Like I said, I've seen Warhorse when I was first introduced to Warhorse. Probably like 5 years ago. They were OCW tag team champions. They were all just badass, dude. For a big guy, Pat the Bruiser moves. Crosshairs Kelly is agile and nimble for a big guy. Like, it's just, they're so good, man. I believe last time we had Crosshairs Kelly on the show, they were current champions in 4 different promotions, current tag team champions. So they travel. They are well known around and they call themselves the best in the Midwest for a reason, man. Warhorse is legitimate. On the other hand, Gannon and Paulie are also fucking legitimate. They are great wrestlers. Don't let the good times that they want to have fool you in the least. Because they're great.
Yeah.
Gannon is a super big powerhouse, and Paulie is the same, except he likes to have a lot of fun. You never know that he's capable of destroying you until you push him to that fucking point. Then it's over for you. So it was good while it lasted. I was hoping maybe we'd get a Hoss toss, which is Warhorse's finishing move. They went for it at one point when they kind of pick him up and they look like they're gonna they pick him like a crucifix kind of deal. And they throw him like a spine buster down, both of them. That's the Hoss toss. And I thought we were gonna get it, and I thought Warhorse was walking out with a dub, dude. They did not. Mount Kilpis reigns supreme once again at RSW in Parma. You got to think that this is RSW, puts them on the map for RSW tag team shots at some point.
Oh, has to. I would love to see that.
So hopefully we can get them back here. I know that the tag team champions of RSW last time, I think they were the unappreciated. Sorry.
Yes, unappreciated. Yep.
Hopefully we can get that match, and maybe it'll happen in Parma, not down in West Virginia, because that would be stellar. This match was like you said, Vince, was just top notch, dude. Top notch match.
It shook the ground a lot. I watched that ring flex, man, but it was great. It was awesome, and it was everything I wanted a big, brutal match to be, and it was good. I loved it.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, excuse me.
And then right into this one. So this was cool. We saw Theo Strong last time. He was awesome.
Yes.
Definitely a very good wrestler. He was he knows how to put himself out there. He knows how to he's very both technical but also fast, also just all around good wrestler, period. But then we saw somebody new. And thank you for correcting my notes.
Fucking Polka.
You would think we're from Cleveland. Polka would be okay, but no, not like this. Felix Kaz. Oh my God, this man loved himself some polka, and this is another Mars spot. So this is Mars. He forced Mars to dance with him, and I was like, poor Mars. Like, she didn't look like she liked polka. I don't like polka. You don't like polka. Now I'm realizing
me and Tommy did polka.
You did polka.
Me and Tommy did polka. Michelle in the chat said Theo and Kaz was fun. I was stoked to see him polka.
Yeah, no, it was such a silly. So it was good. Again, I'll say Theo, great. I love Theo. I think
I love his vibe, dude.
Yes, very.
He looks like cool. I mean, it's the festival vibe, dude. I like to go to music festivals, and that's the vibe that I get off of him. Like, he'd be fun to hang out at a music festival.
Yep. No, I agree. Definitely has that persona going, and I love it. I gotta admit, I liked Felix's getup, his gear. It was very traditional with the shorts.
The accordion with the little...
that was goofy, but I liked that. I wanted to see it used. I mean, I don't know about you, but I wanted to hear it go wah wah on somebody's head. But
yeah,
it's probably expensive too. I looked at it. I was like, that's pretty nice. But yeah,
it looks vintage.
Yeah, definitely looked vintage. But it was good. He had some funny merch too. I will admit, Felix had some pretty funny merch. But so Theo just reigned supreme on this one. I hate to say it. I mean, I saw him pull off moves like a big scoop slam, just picked him up, dropped him on his ass. There was a great tornado DDT off the turnbuckle by Theo. I'm into those. I love anything DDT, honestly, but seeing that was awesome, dude. So shout out Theo. And really, that's all she wrote for the Polka King, man. Theo takes home the win.
Yeah, 100%. Great. It was a great, like you said, that tornado DDT spot was awesome. I've seen a couple really good ones lately, and just I don't know, the fluidity when you hit one of those moves like that, where like a head scissor, like like a scoop slam reverse head scissor kind of deal. Just the fluidity of those moves is flawless, dude. When they land good.
Yep. You can tell they practice and they that's what the end result is. I mean, and to think that, people are out there doing stuff like that, not just for us there, but doing it on their own time. Dude, that's a lot. So again, I always like to thank the wrestlers, but thank you everybody for putting in all this hard work just to put on a performance for us, man. It's awesome. I love it. Yeah, this was again a great match. Appreciate both parties. And then this takes us right into the main event.
All right, we say this every show, but I'm just gonna say it again. RSW has a gorgeous, gorgeous title belt.
Yep. I love it. It's beautiful. Yeah, I don't even know where to start on this. Matthew Taylor versus Justin Alexander.
Dustin.
Oh, stupid autocorrect. Okay, yeah, Dustin. My bad.
Justin Alexander. No worries.
Still, this match was great. I mean, so starting off, honestly, and this is gonna sound terrible, I've never rooted for Matthew Taylor because he's always going up against people that are my friends, or he always is the heel. And he's
always the bad guy, and he's going against a good guy.
Yeah, and it's always the polar opposite. So you don't really ever want to root for Matthew, but Mike, man, this dude really knows how to put on for us. And Matthew Taylor, just because I don't root for you, man, doesn't ever say that you're not a great wrestler, but you showed out on this show. You put your all on the line for that belt. And brother, it showed. You even sacrificed your book, my guy. Like, the book broke. It broke. I never thought I'd see it, but that it failed you. And honestly, this was a great match all around. But Matt, man, dude, you definitely have shown your colors to me, and you got a lot more respect for me on this match.
Gained a fan.
Yep, you definitely gained a fan on this one, dude. Because honestly, I've always appreciated your wrestling, but this definitely showed. On the other hand,
this part right here.
Right here. Yes.
Go ahead. I just wanted to put the comment up before you, because I knew you were going to start talking about it. This part was fucking gold.
Dude, I'm only assuming this has to be the daughter of Dustin.
That is Dustin Alexander's daughter. Yes, sir. I have confirmed with Tim. It was Dustin Alexander's real, legitimate daughter. This was not a work. This was not planned. This was this little girl sticking up for her fucking dad, and I loved it.
It was like you said, it was absolute gold, because Dustin has a ringside manager. I did not catch the name, but
Nicola.
I think that's right. Yeah. But so you got her running around, causing ruckus, slapping the mat, getting, people going, get the claps and the chants going. But Then you've got this little girl telling her father, "Bust his spine, daddy," and you're just like, what is going on? And then the next thing you know, so she was back a little bit for a while doing that, and then she moved right up next to Nicola, and they're both beating the ring, cheering on Dustin. This was great. This was a beautiful moment in wrestling.
It brought the passion to it, dude. Because again, like, I get it. We're invested, and I get it. That's her dad. But like, again, this little girl legitimately saw her dad in a match for his title and was like, "You're not taking that from my dad." And like, it was the love, the respect, I guess, just like I said, being there. This little girl was like, "You're not gonna I'm gonna kick your ass if you kick my dad's ass." Yep. And as a girl dad, that was fucking awesome for me.
Dude, yeah, I can only imagine that, Mike, because I know that like if that roles reversed, then you had Zoe on now.
Like somebody talking shit to me, and Zoe steps up like, "Who the fuck? What, you ain't gonna talk to my dad like that?" I'm sitting in the back like, yeah.
That's awesome. I love that. So yeah, and this was another knocker on slam. I love using this term slobber knocker. It was a slobber knocker of a match, man. These guys kicked each other's ass. But man, unfortunately, Matt did not take home the gold, and I think a lot of people were disappointed in this. Like I said, I definitely wanted to see him walk away with the W, but you can't always get what you want in a wrestling match, and just because he didn't win doesn't mean that he didn't shell out. And I'll say it again, Matt, you killed it. Yeah, kudos 100%. To you. You really put on one of the best matches I've seen from you in a long time, and it just keeps going up and up. So shout out. And then now this gives Dustin, he's been holding this title for a while now. We've been seeing all these upsets lately. Maybe his time's coming, maybe not. I mean, when you see people backing a champion, you got his daughter and his manager, I'm guessing, or
I was gonna say the family's been brought into it. I believe that's Dustin's wife, actually.
Is it? Okay.
Nicola is his wife, yes.
So that's even crazier, that's not, it shows this bond, like I just said earlier, is you have this bond built, and it's hard to break bonds. It's hard to break bonds, family, and when you have a backing like that, you can go far. So kudos, Dustin, for bringing home the win. And, this was a great way to end this event. Thank you again for putting on such a great show, guys. Dustin and Matt and everybody. I mean, this was a really good show.
I mean, and touching on what you said a little bit, when you have that support system, dude, even if the odds are stacked against you, if you have that support system in your back like he did in this match, you're able to overcome and persevere through tough shit. And, he definitely showed that against Matthew Taylor. I mean, there was multiple times throughout this match where I thought Matthew Taylor was walking away with the gold, and Dustin, like I said, proved me wrong. He had the support from his family there. He had the support of his daughter yelling in his corner and, calling out for his finisher, the spine buster, and it worked. It worked.
It did. I loved it. I loved her yelling, "Bust his spine." That was just getting me going so good.
Hell yeah. So RSW again, like Vince said, thank you guys so much. We appreciate everything you do. Vince, rating for the show.
I'm giving it a 3.75. It was just an amazing show all around. I enjoyed myself a lot. Again, thank you, Scott. Thank you, Tim, for hooking it up with the table, and really just giving us a great show, guys.
Yeah, 100%. I'm right there with you. I'm going 3.5, so not too far off, same as you. I loved it. Again, great show. I always have fun at RSW. The fact that, we kind of got pulled into the story a little bit with the Piledriver on the Piledriver table was awesome. The banner looked great on the table. They always shout us out. Oh, shout out to Dave. Ring announcer Dave Kish always super shouts us out when he announces us. Always gives us love, always props us, man. And I know we give Dave a lot of shit. I know we boo him, but that's really just to fuck with you, man. We love you. We love everything that you do. You're great. You're a great ring announcer. So it's awesome to see when we walk into a venue and see you back there with your bow tie on. I know that our announcement is going to be on point for the night. So kudos to you, man, and thanks again for the shout outs and the love. We appreciate it for sure.
Let me add on to that. I meant to mention this about this in the tag team match, but the crowd demanded Paulie to hug Dave, and that was the most like beautiful, like pure moment because Dave did not know what Paulie was going to do.
Oh yeah, and he picked him up and spun around with him and everything.
That was so wholesome, dude. So yeah, thank you again, Dave. Thanks for the great shout out. And then everybody, thank you everybody for everything. Seriously, from Scott taking our tickets at the door. We got Tim hanging out behind us, putting everything together, making sure everyone's doing their thing.
Autumn was slinging merch and those delicious freeze-dried candies.
I know, those were great, man. Wow. Yeah, no, great time. Thank you again, everybody.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. Yeah, so it was a great show. We'll let you guys know when RSW will be coming back. I know it's not too far off. They will be back. But right now, I'm going to let Vince tell you a little bit about AIW Gauntlet for the Gold. We got Perk Angle coming to Cleveland.
I don't know if you guys can, if whoever's watching, man, if you can see it, I'm blowing steam out my ears right now. I'm so excited. I cannot tell you guys. Kurt Angle is one of the GOATs, and there's a lot of things going through my head right now. I'm so excited to meet him. I'm not going to lie. But let's just get started with what we're going to see. And not a lot of matches announced for Gauntlet of the Gold so far. Obviously, we have that 30-man gauntlet. That's going to give a title shot there. I do believe it's going for the absolute title. So it's setting up for, I believe, J-Lit if they do the J-Lit. I'm not 100% on the ranking and how it goes in the different matches leading up to that, but I know that there is that 30-man gauntlet and it's going to give somebody a title shot, like predetermined. And I do believe Josh Bishop actually has said that he's going to be the one to win. So who knows, man? I mean, you know where I stand with him. He's the baddest, and honestly, when that man puts his word on something, he's probably going to do it. But one of the matches that I'm already excited to see, this is looking to see Dom Guarini, Cindy Von England, and Zay Garcia go up against Shaw Mason, Filthy Tom Lawler, and Tyler Jordan.
All right.
This is going to be that buildup between Dom and Shaw, like parting ways. And we've seen the buildup. We've seen at a lot of, I think this is now 3 shows it's been since we saw Dom pile drive Shaw on the hardest part of the ring. So who knows where we're going with this? Could this be the end of it? But this is going to be a big match. I'm very excited to see Tom back in action. We don't see Tom enough. I know he's got other things, he's predisposed for, but anytime Tom comes to AIW, I know it's going to be a good time. Another match that got announced, Isaiah Bronner versus Chuck Stone for the absolute title. This is definitely coming off of the last Mercury Lounge show where Bronner and Chuck went eye to eye at the end and, called him out basically, like, you want a shot? Come get it.
Yeah, that match, you posted that one in the group, dude, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, this is two big men slapping a lot of meat here. This is going to be a big, bad.
Yep. Right here. Michelle just put it. Hoss match all day, baby.
So this will be good. But this next match that got announced, this one's got me kind of, I don't know, actually. I want to say I'm concerned. I also want to say that I'm a little sad. We're going to see Matt Cross face Josh Prohibition for Josh's final match.
Ooh.
I've only seen one other final match, one other, unlacing of the boots, if you will, before, but this one is a little more to the heart. I've seen Josh now a lot. AIW to me is the reason I got back into wrestling. If they didn't do what they do for the fans, AIW wouldn't be what it is. And Josh has been the centerfold for it for a long time. So to know that I'm possibly going to see somebody's last match, I'm a little torn because you want to
bittersweet.
See it, but you don't want to say goodbye. I know that sounds sappy as all hell, but I'm going.
Yeah, no, it's a bittersweet moment for sure.
Bittersweet is a great way to put it. But we already know this is going to be I'm going to say it again, a freaking slobber knocker. Josh Prohibition versus Matt Cross.
That's cliche.
I know. Sorry. But this is just great. This is going to be a good match because we know that both veterans of the squared circle, they're going to rip. And we're going to see a good last match on Josh's part. So this is Gauntlet for the Gold, Temple Live, Friday, May 24th. Doors are at 6:30. Bell time's at 7:30. That's going to be a great show. And then we also have another show coming up in June, June 22nd at the Tadmore. This is Shook Ones. So far, what's been announced, Max Caster and Jerry Lynn are going to make appearances. I don't know if anything's been set in stone for match-wise, but I do know that those are two people that are going to be making appearances. I also want to...
Maybe, Michelle. We might be. We don't know about old wrestling yet. We might be. We'd like to.
I'm going to try my best for old wrestling. And then I do want to point out for Gauntlet, I don't know if everyone's heard the news. Eddie Kingston, unfortunately, had to back out yet again. This is, a very unfortunate thing, but the card is always subject to change. I know for a fact AIW is going to make that up to us. I don't know how, don't know who, don't quote me on anything, but I'm just hoping that we get a replacement that, just like last year when unfortunately Eddie couldn't make it before. It happens. So no sweat. And then that's all I got on my AIW news.
I was say I'm pulling up my Mega right now because I just know I got a couple more things I want to touch on about Mega Championship Wrestling. And first off, foremost, if you're not tuning in, Facebook and YouTube live every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Catch your boy calling all the action with Papa Johnson by my side. And then coming up, we've had another entrant for Baddies in the Beast, the tournament, or the Mega Cup, which is Baddies in the Beast this year. But before that, at the end of the month, May 31st, Mega Championship Wrestling invades Colossal Con in Sandusky, Ohio. We will have all the Mega Superstars available, but they will not be in their regular roles. So if you come to see your favorite wrestler, he might not look like your favorite wrestler, or she might not look like your favorite wrestler at Colossal Con. They will have 3 shows, but all wrestlers will be in cosplay. So you could get to see matches you dreamed of. Batman versus Joker. It could happen.
What?
Wolverine versus Cyclops. It could happen. You never know what could happen at Colossal Con. But Mega will have 3 different shows on Friday, May 31st, 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Tickets are not available just for the Mega show. Unfortunately, you do have to buy a solo day a solo day ticket to the con but then you also get all the amenities included with the con, as well as wrestling from Mega Championship Wrestling,
which we all love.
And then, the last thing I wanted to announce, it was announced a couple days ago, but, we weren't on. So now it's our turn to announce it to you. If you haven't seen it yet, the newest entrant, the 6th entrant into the Mega Cup on July 20th is none other than the modern day, I don't even know how to say this brand. I assume they branded the Majadia, the modern day Majadia. Because it's not the Maharaja, it's Medea. Super Oprah is returning to Mega Championship Wrestling to enter into the Baddies Cup. Woo!
Yeah, no, awesome. This is good. I love this.
So, that's big news. Already we have, Alexis Littlefoot is there. We have Emily Locke is making her return. We saw her last year at Saturday Night Slam, and she was great with her tag team. We've also had, I just had it disappeared on me. Alexis Littlefoot. It's gone now.
No.
Sorry. Megan Myers is another entrant, and I know that the first entrant was Ruthless Lala, and unfortunately she's had an accident and she will not be able to. She's not medically cleared to compete.
Damn. That sucks.
I'm getting Michelle and Jose in the thing are saying entrance number 7 is Colby Max.
Oh,
that might have been announced on Facebook, and I knew Ari Alexander was in there as well. That was the last one I was looking for. If Colby Max was announced on Facebook, I did not see it yet. But yes, I'm really excited for Ari Alexander to make her return. She was great last time she came up, so I'm really pumped to see her. She's doing big things down at OVW Wrestling. Just announced, Tim Cross says. So Colby Max is number 7 in the Baddies Cup. That's exciting. I will say, just announced as we're here, Neo Pro Wrestling. Next event, Midsummer, Saturday, June 22nd, live from the Quaker Hall in Salem, Ohio. Match announcement, Joey Vincent Martini, JVM versus No Shame, Jimmy Shane.
Ooh.
So that'll be a good one. We'll be talking more about Neo Pro in the upcoming weeks as it gets closer to the show. But yeah, man, make sure you're tuning in. Make sure you get over to Mega Championship Wrestling. Check out, Colossal Con coming up. Check out, I know the next day, my Mega Championship Wrestling on the 1st will be in Niles, Ohio. I believe it's Tattoo Mania. It's kind of like a tattoo show. They will be wrestling, and I've been informed that there will be an ass tattoo battle royal where the winner of said battle royal will be getting their ass tattooed after the match.
Wow, what a match stipulation.
I just got a text. RSW returns to Parma July 13th. So,
woo!
And yes, I will double down on what Michelle said. Thank you to all local promotions for bringing in women's wrestlers and bringing in more predominant women's wrestling and making them more of a forefront, making them the spectacle that they should be to begin with.
Yes, I will back that up. It is great. We are in a very great area that supports women's wrestling, and it helps a lot that they are willing to put on for that.
110%. That's it, buddy. I got nothing else. You got anything else to let these people know before we get out of here?
Nope. Just again, I always do a shout out at the very end. I'm just going to shout out RSW again. You guys were great. Thank you, Tim, Scott, everybody for giving us such an awesome night and letting us be a part of the show. Really, it's always good to know that these guys know that we can be trusted. That if there's a bump coming, we don't mind taking it.
That's right. Damn right.
But yeah, I'm good, man. I hope you guys have a great evening.
Hell yeah. Make sure you tune in, check us out, like, share, subscribe on all your favorite social medias. Make sure you're watching Thursday Night Turmoil on Mega Championship Wrestling's Facebook and YouTube so you can keep up to date with all the storylines going on over there. I know we still got stickers for sale. We still got keychains for sale. So get with your boys. If you see us at a show, we have some merch available for sale. We're in the process of getting more t-shirts made. So we will let you guys know as soon as we got that. But that'll be it for us this evening. Oh,
we're also this close to 1,000 followers on X.
This close even. So
let's get that going. I got some stuff to give away. You know what? You know what? What if I told you I'm already giving away 2 figures? Let's do a third. I'm gonna give away a Tongaroa.
Oh, a new one?
Just gotta
follow. I was gonna say your screen froze. So if you're holding up a Tongaloa, we can't see it right now.
Oh well,
you're still like this.
But even better, I'm adding that to it. So we got 3 figures to give away. Let's get this going. Share, like, follow, give us a hand. Let's get to 1,000 so we can start doing live streams.
Yeah, 100%. We definitely appreciate all the love and support. We've had a couple people come up to us at the last shows and say they love watching us on YouTube and hanging out with us and talking shit and talking local wrestling. So thanks, guys. We appreciate you guys hanging out and bullshitting with us for sure.
Much love.
That's all we got for tonight. We will be back at our normal time on Sunday night next week. We wanted to give the mothers a time to, get some respect and have some relaxation with their loved ones yesterday. So that's why we took the day off yesterday. Shout out to all the mothers. Happy Mother's Day to you all. You are all loved and appreciated for the things that you do on an everyday basis.
Yep. Awesome. Thank you.
I'm the best in the world. That is my boy, Vince. We are the Piledriver Podcast, and we will see you guys next week.
Later.